Determined versus...
No fun intended. This is the pistol round, though. We're going to see. Now, Glock versus USP. USP is going to be a little bit better at range, but I know you tend to favor the Glock primarily. Why is that?
I think, well, first, the Glock has, I think, 22 rounds in the mag versus the USP's 12. It is a little bit less damaging, and it has a little bit less range, but you can still get that one-hit headshot up close. And, you know, in some instances, I like to play up a little bit closer, but you'll see teams kind of make use of the Glock up close, and then for the players that enjoy the USP, they'll be playing a little bit more long range. And so it's remind me who's on.
Yeah, looking at the score here, it looks like a lot of people are favoring the Glock. We only have one USP on each team, so Deadshot and Recco are both using the USP, or the silenced pistol. Makers and Recco actually pushed into tunnels here, so they are getting this intel. They're not seeing anybody in tunnels, so they might kind of be ready to rotate really quick. Dark Moon on the middle
at that cost, they're kind of leaving that mid path open, and they'll be able to rotate. But we see Shadow Warrior is going to be lurking, and we might see a fight here pretty soon in mid. But at the same time, we have a B side execute going on. Mr. Trip just kind of pushing right through.
Yeah, pushing down to that ladder. Does get taken out there. Dark Moon's still on the middle of the site here. Smoke grenade coming out. It's going to cover the long angle. Dark Moon's going to be inside of that. Dark Moon, I believe, might have gotten flashed by that, but he is coughing inside the smoke there. Recco over in mid gets a kill. Vert kills Game Reaper. Deadshot gets caught. Shot from behind there and gets taken out by Recco. And all of the health bars on Determined were about half, but none of them got taken out. They had a perfect round in terms of their lives. First round going to Determined.
Yeah, great start for them. And so now we're on round number 2, and so every round here on 4th will be a full gun round, and we're seeing a lot of ARs here, but one SMG on each team, and presumably each SMG user will be playing a little bit up close. That's where it really kind of shines. But Suda tends to be probably the most long-range map of the 3 competitive maps, and so you will see a lot of AR usage. And I will tell you, the AR fights in this game definitely feel really good, and you know, we'll definitely see some crazy headshots, some crazy flicks. It'll be a good time. And speaking of crazy stuff, we see Makers has pushed all the way into the colonist spawn, and Shadow Warrior is waiting for him. And I think they're aware.
Shadow Warrior definitely hears him, though. Does manage. Oh, Dolt heard him as well. Oh, 1v gets behind Mr. Trip on Cat.
I mean, we've got a 4-on-2 here. Might be a 3-on-2. As Deadshot takes a lot of damage there, trying to get onto the site.
Deadshot very low, but as long as you have your life, you can definitely still get kills. 1v on this Cat angle, able to get a kill on Just Ult. 2-on-2 now. Deadshot still one.
Oh, look at this. The Shadow Warrior is going to have the perfect opportunity. He takes out one with a nice place headshot. He saw the other. 1v, now in a 1v2?
1v and a 1v2. Really Deadshot pushing from behind, though.
And a very nice crossfire coming out from the colonist side. No fun intended, as Deadshot picks up the headshot at 1 HP. And like you said, as long as you have your life, you can still get kills. It doesn't matter how much health you have.
Yeah, as long as your gun is loaded, you got ammo, you're still a threat. So even if if you have a health bar, sometimes it's good to just back off. Don't throw away your life. You're always dangerous. The other team doesn't know how much health you have. Just don't pushing this mid angle here. They've been sending Makers into the tunnels here to get a little bit of information. Does not look like Recco is with him this round, but no.
Interestingly enough, though, he's got an AK-12, which that is meant for kind of long-range AR fights. And Shadow Warrior here doesn't have an M4, so he's going to have that fire rate advantage, and it's just going to be a matter of which one peeks the other first.
Nothing happened just yet. Makers playing very safe. Determined, just playing the objective a little bit. His gun's gonna be peeking around. Oh, that timing. Shadow right at the bottom of this ramp, though. Does manage to get Makers there. That is the first kill. 5 versus 4 now. It does look like Determined has rotated over toward this A site, though. Dark Moon and Recco double peeking this. Managed to get 2 kills there. And another 2 inside tunnels. Just on the other site, though. Does not have the scanner, unfortunately, but is on the other side. 50 seconds left on the clock.
He's gonna have to make his way. He's gonna have to make his way to the other site, and so you'll see a lot of teams employ this, where they'll send most of their forces over towards one site, and they'll have a person kind of lurking back. And there's a lot of different roles in FPS. One of them being the lurk is the person who's supposed to, just kind of watch the flank, the person who's supposed to get the enemy in the back, and so. Just Do It, we're going to probably see lurking around a lot. Vert's going to be spotting him out, though, and he does still have full health, but, I mean, all eyes are on Just Do It. And he gets taken out as he tries to get over to the left.
Just do it. That's it. I'd rather just told. It is Just Do It.
Is it Just Do It, or am I?
No, I think you're right. That makes more sense than Just
I
Told.
hope I'm right.
I hope
yeah,
you're
no,
right.
Just do it. You know what? That's a motto that we all need to follow in life, myself included. Just do it.
Just do it. All right, second round going to determined. 2-1. The side swap happens at 10 rounds. Deadshot, Mr. Trip, lurking towards these tunnels over here.
Oh, look at this. A 3-man push into tunnels coming out from determined.
Yeah, they're getting some intel here. Deadshot, Mr. Trip being very patient. Nobody on determined pushing to the other side, but they might rotate off that information. Scanner is on Deadshot, so it is on the person.
Oh wait, he might have got Just Do It. Might have got spotted. Yeah, there he is. He just got spotted through those pipes, and mid is now going to be wide open for determined. I mean, look at this.
Look at this patience though. Deadshot is the one with the scanner, so that push into tunnels they made, they just called it out. They're like, hey, we don't see anyone here. Start planning for them to go to B. But the scanner is still leaning towards A.
Oh, but Mr. Trip gets spotted and he's going to be taken out. And they have no idea what's going on. And Deadshot is going to be able to get a scan here for free.
Yeah, if he doesn't clear the full site, he is watching that underpass. Does have the scanner, though. Firing a little bit at 1v.
Shadow Warrior actually going to be the one, yeah, taking out 1v. And Deadshot's going to be able to get the scan here. And now he's in a 1 versus 3 situation. And all he needs to do is really just play the time. But it's going to be a hard fight for him as he's going against 3 people. But they're slowly making their way over.
Yeah, 45 seconds on the scanner. It takes 7 seconds to defuse. Or to interrupt. Apologies. Vert coming underpass right now. Deadshot tossing a frag grenade. No one has caught up here just yet. Deadshot stalling a little bit. And this timer is counting down.
Determined really need to start accelerating this retake. I mean, they have to clear everything, but they have 3 people versus 1. I mean, surely you can just slam in there.
Timer's running down here. Deadshot might pick this one up. 1 versus 3. He does get flashed out here, but I don't think Determined has any time left.
And they missed it, yeah, and Deadshot wins up just barely paced on time. A nice play coming out from him, and, against the odds, Deadshot able to win that one out, earning, no fun intended, a second round. Determined
playing a little slow there, really trying to take it as a team, but a little bit too slow to be able to take that retake in time to get that scanner interruption. 2-2 now. Deadshot with a nice clutch round there. I wonder if they're going to try something like that again. No early nades coming up the mid lane here. Shadow Warrior starting to push into lower tunnels. Oh,
and Maker's going to be taken out by Just Do It, and that's going to open up map control for no fun intended. That's going to be huge for them trying to get this map control in order. And that's, especially on your attacking side, that's something really important. If you're letting the defense get map control, you're kind of doing it wrong. And taking that mid control is so important on a map like this, on any map, really.
Vert taking a couple shots back and forth with Just Do It. Just Do It at half right now. They have Determined has 3 players mid right now. They're really trying to cover this angle now that it's open. Shadow Warrior in tunnels here. Just Do It pushed a little bit onto Cat. Deadshot right behind them. Scanner on Deadshot in middle though.
Ooh, Deadshot picking up the headshot. And they could go to the A side off of this. I mean, they have 1 player there and then 1 player watching Cat, but they're about a 3-man sending up Cat.
Vert takes out Mr. Trip. Flashman coming up, it doesn't quite do its job. Just Do It pushing up on Vert now. Manages to get the kill, but Vert, not before Vert gets 2 kills. Dark Moon in the back of sight here in the corner. 2 versus 3 for Determined. But both of their players are towards the B site here.
They still need to, yeah, they still need to pick up the scanner, which was dropped on Cat. Game Reaper does pick up Rico, and it would be in Dark Moon's best interest to just kind of hide here. I mean, Game Reaper is probably not even going to have the time here, but Game Reaper, does spot Dark Moon, and Dark Moon's going to be playing a cheeky angle here.
15
Game
seconds
just gonna
to
be
make something
sending
happen. Does get flashed. Can he get around the corner in time? Gets hit very low. 5 seconds left on the clock. All Dark Moon needs to do is stay alive.
And he's doing just that. Well played by Dark Moon. And Determined going to be picking up their third round here. And he picks up the kill for extra measure.
Great patience there from Dark Moon, knowing that all they had to do is play the timer there. Playing that objective. Huge for these objective-based games. 8 kills on Rekko right now. Shadow Warrior 4 and 4 on the other team. With both of them sitting at 6 assists. A huge amount of assists for only 5 rounds into the game. Makers and Rekko getting into these lower tunnels here, starting to push up.
And they're going to start hearing footsteps, and they're going to do a double push here. And Shadow's going to also hear these footsteps most likely, and just kind of play it back. Not really going to send anything here. And Just Do It is sending it through the smoke there. And he's actually coughing, even though he's partially outside of the smoke. And Vert's going to hear this.
Frag grenade coming out.
Oh, Vert with the nade onto Just Do It. Oh, look at... Oh, Shadow has such a good opportunity here. Oh, both these players have their heads turned back. Shadow picks up one, and he picks up a second. Rico getting the trade, though.
A double headshot from Shadow. Vert getting a kill on Mr. Trip in mid. Game Reaper last one alive. 1 versus 3. 2 of them are at about half, but the scanner is down right now at the top of middle.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit yesterday with people kind of leaving the scanner behind or not really knowing where it went after the person who had the scanner died with it. And so it's definitely an important thing, just as a strategy thing, just to call out if the scanner's been dropped and if so, where, so that you can make it back. And it looks like Game Reaper has an idea, but 1v is waiting right there. Tosses a flashbang.
Does get flashed by that flashbang. And great pickup from 1v. Finishing off that round for Determined.
Yeah, 4-2 for Determined right now, and we see Rico up at 10-3, Vert at 8-2 right now. Definitely doing some work for them. And Shadow Warrior over for No Fun Intended, 6-5 right now. Doing it up.
So many assists on these teams. What is that? 20 assists already? No Fun Intended in total. That is a crazy amount of assists.
And this time, it looks like No Fun Intended are electing to just 5-man send it up B long here. And, you know, they have the smoke coverage, which I don't, you know, I think one of them has a smoke. So he's got to land it, and the other 3 have flashes.
Smoke coming out, lands on the pillar. Frag grenade coming out. Ah, that could be huge! Takes Dark Moon to so low health here, but he is still alive. Just Do It peeking that underpass angle. They know that they're there now. A lot of utility still available on both teams.
Yeah, flashbang here would be a lot of work. It would do so much.
Flash is starting to come out. Vert watching from this cat angle. 4 people on this B site watching long, and No Fun Intended actually starting to back off a little bit. Rekko's still in the middle.
They have the time to rotate, and it's looking like they're going to actually do the safe rotate and go all the way through spawn. And I mean, Rekko is going to be the only one really anchoring, and this is actually a nice rotate coming out from No Fun Intended. The question is, are they going to have the time? They need to just send it at this point. 35 seconds left. They need to get themselves onto site, get that scan going, and Just Do It and Shadow Warrior need to try to make something happen here before they get taken out.
They do get taken out, but the rest of their team did manage to make it to the other side. They at least stalled long enough for their team to do the full rotate, and it does look like everybody is off of the A site. Now, Determined a couple rounds ago did play it a little bit slower on the retake, so they will need to pick it up a little faster than they did before to be able to do this retake. It doesn't look like they know it's over here just yet. Makers and Rekko starting to push now.
Well, Mr. Tripp needs to get to a good position. Rico is already behind him. And they just need to play the time. Mr. Tripp does get the trade, though. And Deadshot's just going to be playing it back. And we have a 2v4 situation for No Fun Intended. Flashes coming out from Determined. One flash landing right in the back. Oh, that might... Oh, the actual one goes out.
Both players after getting flashed. It looks like they tossed their guns. I'm not sure what might have happened there. But the flashbang really doing work right there. I'm pretty sure it got both of them. I was able to push around there and get those kills. Determined picking up that round. A lot quicker on the retake there.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. Just send it in, get the retake done, and get the defuse. You're on a pretty huge time constraint there when you're doing a retake situation, and so they definitely learned from their mistake last time, which is good to see.
Just pushing up middle here, tossing a nade. Looks like a smoke maybe, or it might have been flashbang. Counter smoke grenade coming out in tunnels here. Makers on this like pillar angle here right around the corners. Gonna definitely hear them. Vert watching this close short angle.
Oh, here comes the flash, but he's not going to actually push off that flash, interestingly enough. Oh, a huge nade from Vert into lower tons from Cat. Sinks the three-pointer, gets the opening pick. Maker's going to get that headshot onto Game Reaper, and they're going to regain that mid-control. But Shadow Warriors right up here could surprise Vert.
Fight happening along this trip, trading shots.
Oh, and Vert's going to have his back turned, and Shadow Warrior takes him out. Nicely played by Shadow Warrior there.
Dark Moon's still on that back container angle. Shadow in middle here. Who's got the scanner? Scanner looks like it's down.
They're going to be looking right towards them. Oh, Shadow Warrior picks up 1v. That's the low health player. 2v2 situation. Their best play here. Just regroup. But they have 35 seconds. They need to get the scanner onto a site. And Dark Moon takes out Mr. Trip. And it's looking like Shadow Warrior is going to be electing to go over towards the B site with what little time he has left. And Dark Moon might actually hear these footsteps. And does Shadow Warrior check this? Oh, Dark Moon gets himself in a tight corner there.
I think he heard him, though.
Oh, they trade. And you had a nade coming in from Rico anyways, but still, Shadow Warrior, had he just not traded there, which, you know, you can't really control that, but you could have had an opportunity to get the scan down and then 1v1.
Yeah, great trade there, but, you know, there was one other player alive. Great attempt from No Fun Intended there. We do have 2 more rounds before the side swap here. I'm going to see if No Fun Intended can mix it up a little bit. Grab a couple more rounds before that side swap.
A nice flash coming in. Oh, Maker's getting naded there, and now Rico throwing all of his util.
Oh!
And he still manages to pick up Deadshot. And that's going to be the scanner dropped, and Mr. Trip needs to be the one to pick up the scanner here.
Just do it, getting taken out at mid.
On Rico and Vert are probably going to double peek Mr. Trip here.
Oh.
And there it is. Coordinated double peek works out for them. And now Game Reaper in a 1 versus 4. On
great
Game Reaper, nice swing there, but they're going to start closing on him very soon. And just like that, 1v going to be getting the kill there with the assist from Dark Moon.
7-2. Last round before side swap.
Round starting.
Vert at 13-5. Rekko 13-3. Shadow Warrior on the other team 9-8. Just do it 4-9. So many assists on both of these teams. And it's looking like No Fun Intended is going towards tunnels again. Just do it lurking a little bit towards mid. To see if they can wait out a little bit of utility. Determined not doing that lower tunnels push like they were before to try to get that intel. They're playing a little bit safer, a little bit farther back. Maybe doing a little bit of adaptation after figuring out how the other team plays. No Fun Intended trying to do the same thing, lurking outside A tunnels here. Waiting to see if anybody gets aggressive. Game Reaper, again, just sitting outside of the tunnel, starting to push in now. 1v right on the other side of these barrels here. Just do it at the long B angle. It does take a couple of shots. Mr. Trip pushing into tunnels, definitely hurt.
Oh, does he check this corner? There's a corner. Oh my god.
I think he's
somebody swing, please. Oh my god. And Mr. Trip gonna be taken out by Vert. Maker's taking out Game Reaper.
They shot on this cross, pushing across here. But there is 2 people to worry about. The scanner does go down at long A. Shadow Warrior 1 versus 5 now. Most of Determined very healthy here.
30 seconds remaining.
Well, V's just kind of like jiggling this
Gets
corner
one.
and gets a trade.
Can't quite get the second. We do have the side swap coming in right now. Currently, we got 8-2 for Determined. They need 3 more rounds. The game ends at 11. So 3 more rounds that Determined needs. We're going to see how well they play the offense here.
And I think you mentioned it earlier, but Determined, they are a hyperdash team formerly, or currently. Is that correct too?
Yeah, Determined has a bigger team, so they span across multiple games. So Hyperdash, Gorilla Tag, Gun Raiders, a couple others. So this is a mix of a bunch of different players from their Hyperdash team and others. But this is the pistol round on the side swap here. Flashes, lots of flashes coming out here. Game Reaper stuck on site a little bit. Does drop off the platform, manages to stay alive. Mr. Trip pushing through the smoke a little bit. Using the smoke to hide. Game Reaper pushing up. Is behind 3.
Scan start.
2
Just like
versus
that
4. 2 of them are hurt. Flashbang coming out. And the triple peek onto Deadshot. Very rough position for him. Shadow Warrior 1 versus 4. 2 of them are low health.
Oh, he's going to sneak it up, and is he going to pop Rico in the face? He does. Can he make it a second? Dark Moon going to be taking him out, and 9-2 is our score now. Determined getting closer and closer to this victory.
2 more rounds for them to win it. We do have the quote-unquote buy round, or the gun round now. Recco using that ACP. Everybody else, it looks like they're running the MK. Maker's actually with the AK. Just noticed that as well.
They look similar, but different enough.
Determined starting to move towards this A site.
Ooh, Just Do It gets taken out right away. And Dark Moon getting the second kill there, but gets traded out. A nice mid to B smoke coming out from Makers there. Man, that was perfect. Oh my
Great
lord.
job covering that on the guys. Mr. Tripp gets pushed from 4 though. Deadshot now at the back site alone. Gets taken out. Game Reaper on the other side needs to make this push. 1 versus 4. Starting to take some shots at Vert. Now at half health. Scanner not down yet. Just gets planted. Smoke grenade going to slow down Game Reaper a little bit. They might opt to go into tunnels here.
And there was a gap in that smoke. They might have spotted him going towards tunnels. Either they'll hear the footsteps any second now.
Eureka with that ACP trying to push up a little bit on that smoke, get a little bit closer, but Game Reaper does push towards tunnels, starting to push out now. 1v definitely hears him.
And he goes for the util there, and he gets pretty much quad peaked at that point. So Determined taking their 10th round, and they are on match point here, folks.
Yeah, util in this game does make a little noise when you prime it, and as soon as everybody heard that prime, they peeked into tunnels, managed to pick the kill before he was able to throw it. No fun intended. Needs to win this round to stay in it. Determined 1 round away from moving on to the next round, 1-0.
Nate comes in.
Just do it in lower tunnels here, though. Just do it.
Just do it. Manages to pick up 1. Gets traded out, though. 4v4. So Deadshot getting taken out from mid, and
they got this double smoke on underpass so that they can push up through mid. Recco without ACP able to get the kill there. 2 versus 4. Ooh, Recco very low. Dark Moon taking a half. Game Reaper and Mr. Trip near the other site. Scanner is going down right now. No fun intended. Needs to get to the site, take out all 4, or at least get the scanner interrupted. 2 of the players are low health undetermined, but they do not have the numbers on no fun intended. Starting to push together. Game Reaper, Mr. Trip staying on each other right here. Flashbang coming out, definitely gonna flash him. Mr. Trip gets taken out. Game Reaper does get taken out there at the end. Determined finishing that game 11-2. Congratulations to Determined for that one. Vert 16-6, Recco 15-4. Crazy KD ratios on some of these players here. Determined, you know, it was a little rocky at the start. I was rounds back and forth, but it really looks like they were able to adapt to what the other team was doing. They stopped doing that lower tunnels push, kind of picked up on how they were playing, and I don't think they dropped around after round 5.
No, it was just straight send. They figured out what they needed to do, learned from their mistakes, and they adjusted, and they just kept winning.
Congratulations to Determined for moving on to that next stage, 1-0 now. We're going to go to a quick intermission while the next matches get generated, and then we will hop right back in it for you guys. Stick around.